Hey, and welcome. Today I have planned a full body, somewhat slow and steamy, supple making, feel good practice. It'll be about moderate level with some heat here and there and even some challenging opportunities. So let's begin in a seated position. Always a good idea to have blocks nearby, and we'll get going. Closing your eyes, take this time to arrive. Begin by noticing your breath. And then invite it to be slower and fuller. We'll continue developing breath as we bring movement into the picture now. So let's take the elbows out wide, and then the arms extend, the heart expands, and the shoulder blades pull together. Inhale. Exhale, empty out. Take the hands in front of you, backs of the hands together, round your spine, tuck the tail and chin. And again, elbows lead as you open your heart, gazing high to inhale. And an exhale to empty out, rounding everything, feeling the belly wall draw back. Do this one more time. Big inhale to the heart as you look up. And an exhale to empty out, rounding. Come on, up to sit tall. Let's take the hips up and over to the left so the heels are on your right. Take the right fingers down and the left arm will reach across. Find the angle that suits you this morning or this evening, whatever it is. We'll breathe to the whole body. Come up to sit tall and find a twist to your left. Keep the heart open, shoulders back. And if you have it available, wrap the left arm behind you somewhere. It's not a necessity. As you exhale, keep drawing the belly strong. As you inhale, sit a little bit taller. Back at center. Come up and over to the other side. Heels are on the left. Left fingers down, right arm shoots up and over. You can explore your angles to get the stretch you need and want. Wherever you are, finding full body breaths, even an inhale can stretch you. Sit up tall. Find a twist to your right. Hugging the ab wall back as you draw the shoulders down. Keep the heart lifting. If it's available, wrap the right arm behind. Find the slow cadence of breath. And then return to center. We'll come on to all fours now, removing any props. Spread the fingers wide, wag the tail a little. I'm going to get engagement at the glutes and outer hips. So we're going to start with the right leg. Take the knee wide. Try to keep the right hip as low as the left hip. Hug the belly in, tuck the tail just slightly, and then isolate little arcs up and back and up. Looking for some feeling at the outer hip. And that's it. Let's stay in motion with this, returning to breath awareness to pass the time. Halfway there. How engaged can you be? And how well can you distribute the work through your body? Send the right knee behind the left. Send the hips way back. Swing the feet wide. You don't have to come all the way back, but you might. You're just going to take a few breaths to stretch the outer hips and low back. Wave forward again and try this. Swing the right foot off to the right. Send the left knee up. Balancing on right hand. It's like a modified side plank. Help your knee wide, and if it feels good, come on to fingertips. Keep your spine long, belly engaged, and gaze up. Drinking in the breathing. A couple more rounds. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Send the hips forward. You can always cushion under back knee as you climb up onto thigh. And right away we're going to squeeze right knee to left heel to right knee for just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go passive now. Hips sink forward and low. And only if it would feel good in your body, you can interlace fingers behind you, slide the knuckles down, and lift your chest up. Big body breaths. Release your hands forward, tuck back toes, step right into a downward facing dog. Take this time to feel into your legs, move around. Okay, spread your fingers wide, dig them down firmly. You're going to do some trap shrugging here. Let's get activation through the shoulders. Squeeze your elbows together and then push so hard and through your fingertips that the shoulders lift up by your ears. Take an inhale. And then exhale, release them down away from ears. Hug the ribs in and do that again. Shrug up and down. 3 more times. And let it feel natural. Let's get the knees down on the mat. And send the left knee wide. Trying to isolate again. So left hip is as low as the right. Find those arcs from front to back and back to front, like a half moon. Hug the belly in strongly. Don't worry if there's not a ton of range of motion here. It's totally normal. What you're looking for is the engagement at your outer seat. Probably a little stretch of the inner thigh too. Let's stay with it. Almost halfway there. Let's focus on breathing and on distributing the labor everywhere. Now send the left knee behind the right. Swing your feet open and send the seat back. You could pause, hovering your seat like that, or some of you will even get your butt all the way down. Wherever you are, let's breathe through the stretch. Can you enjoy? Wave back up onto all fours. You're going to send weight over to the left hand as you swing that left foot wide. Peel the right knee open so you're taking this modified knee down side plank. Encourage your knee open. If it feels good, come onto left fingertips. Make an effort to get long from tail to shoulders and then neck to top of the head. Gazing up, we'll focus on breath. As you roll down, the right foot steps to the top of the mat. Climb right up onto this thigh. We'll make it active squeezing. Left knee to right heel and right knee or right heel to left knee. Squeeze tight and hard for 6. 5, lift your heart. 4, keep squeezing. 3, 2, 1. Let it be passive now. Hips sink forward. If you've got to wiggle the knee back, go ahead. And only if it would feel inviting, interlace the fingers behind, draw the knuckles back as you lift your chest. Full body breaths. And then release, plant your hands, tuck the back toes, and come back into downward facing dog. For this one, both heels reach toward earth. You get that trap shrug feeling, shoulders lifting up. Send the seat way up and over to the left. The heels can fall to the left as well. Let's stay a while to breathe into the right side body, pushing equally through arms.
heels come up and over to the right side. Here again, push through arms and breathe into the opening. Let the hips really drift. The spine's making a C. And then back to center. We'll sweep the right leg up. And draw this knee in toward your nose. Sweep the leg up behind again. This time get your forearms down. Open the right leg. Spread the toes. And bend that knee. Make those arcs again, up and back and forward. Isolating, noticing your stuck points. And then back onto hands. Knee to nose, step the foot between your hands. We'll climb up for a warrior two. Back heel is down, reach out long. Set right forearm to thigh, left arm behind your back. Snuggle the fingers, long spine as you look behind you now. You want to work a little harder with it. Right hand right onto your belly so the elbow lifts. You stay for 3 throaty breaths. Come all the way up. Reverse a triangle. So the right leg straightens, right arm reaches up as the left hand tracks down. Let's go for the stretch of it. And a transition. The right toes come in so the feet are parallel. You're going to touch the right hand down right into the center of your feet. Sweep the left arm up for sail and make your lines long. Hips even if you can. And bow. Get your wide-legged fold. You can even rock your hips a little side to side. Okay, come halfway up, set the elbows down and interlace the fingers. This is going to be an opportunity to get upside down into headstand with wide legs. And you can also pause and take this to the wall or whatever is in your practice now. So planting the head on the ground, we'll come onto tippy toes. If you're able to, float up. Otherwise, a small controlled hop or even a lift of one leg at a time. Come on up. I invite you to take wide legs if you want them. About 8 breaths. Come down with as much control as you entered. Flat back. We'll pivot around to frame the right foot. Sweep the right leg up behind you. Go ahead and find a vinyasa. I'll walk you through one if you want to take it with me, and that is to keep the right leg lifted. Lower all the way down though. Bend the right knee, untuck left toes, come to fingertips, and practice a half king cobra. That is head moving toward the toes.
Few breaths. And exhale, release. Come on back for downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg out behind. Roll this knee in toward your nose. And sweep the leg back out and all the way open. Spread your toes. Bend your top knee and make those half circles. Again, looking for outer leg engagement, outer hip engagement. And come down onto forearms. Open the leg. Spread the toes. And bend the knee. Once again, making those half circles for isolated engagement of the outer hip. And climb back onto hands. Knee toward nose, but you'll step this foot between your hands, ground back heel. Make your way to warrior two. Deep and long. Send left forearm to thigh, right arm right behind you. Keep your spine long as you look toward the back of the mat. If you'd like to work harder, place your left hand on your belly. The elbow will hover for 3 sounding breaths. Come on up, make peaceful triangle. Left leg straightens, and we do it for the opening. Going to parallel the feet, so left toes come in, and you'll draw the left hand down right in between your feet. Keep your spine long, your heart lifting, and we'll reach the right arm high. Hips as square as you can. Gaze is up. Find an inhale. On an exhale, fold. You can spin your fingers backward and walk yourself through your legs pretty far. If your head hits too easily, then get your feet close together. Aiming for torso to thighs. Sits bones high, knees straight. In a moment, you'll have an opportunity to take a headstand right from here. You could do this version, which the cheat is welcome, which is take the hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders for a better foundation. Or you can take any inversion that's calling to you today, including reclining with your legs up the wall. When we come in, it's about 8 breaths. Small bend of the elbow can also give you a lot of control. You can always correct that later.
any legs. You can keep them straight. Take Baddha Konasana or even play with lotuses if that's in your bag of tricks. Two more breaths. And you come out with control, keeping the hips high. And making your way to flat back. Walk your hands around to frame the left foot. You can come with me through vinyasa if you like, or take any version that is your own. Sweeping the left leg high behind. Keep it lifted as you wave forward. Heart forward of your elbows as you lower to the ground. Bend the left knee, untuck right toes. Slide your fingertips back and lift yourself for half King Cobra. Release. Let's move this right into puppy, or you can opt for child's pose if you prefer. If you like to get in deep to puppy, take your blocks and put your elbows on them about shoulder distance apart. Sits bones roll up. The sternum pulls down toward your pubic bone. And the upper chest moves toward the ground. And then climb out of this. You can place the blocks aside. And come down onto your seat. Place the feet out in front of you, knees bent. I'm going to get this little quad opening. It'll look like this. Place your hands on the ground. Send your knees forward. If it feels okay, lift your heels and send the knees even farther forward. You can deepen even that by placing one knee down and then the other knee down. Some of you will get both knees down, tuck the tail. No forcing it, but if it feels good to come onto your elbows, go ahead. Getting ego out of the game. It's just about the sensation. And the threshold spaces for you. Go ahead and find them. About 4 more breaths. Some of you can enter wheel right from here, okay? But I'll encourage you to take a back bend wherever you are. And so the back bend can be what is calling you again. I love to start in a fish variation. For example, feet in front of the heels, elbows come in close, lift your chest, lift your chin, and take your head down, as though you're trying to touch your head to your sitting bones. You can feel free to stay or use this to build a wheel. Planting hands, stabilize feet, and lift everything. 5 more breaths. And standing up or climbing down as you see fit, rocking your knees side to side. Let's draw the knees into ribs. And kind of like a steering wheel, you're going to push the right knee away as you pull the left knee up. And then push the left knee and hip away as you lift the right knee and hip up. And then rotate left and right, up and down, like a swivel. Hug your knees in, give yourself a loving squeeze. We'll spread out to make final relaxation. I'll keep you here about 3 minutes, but feel free to go longer. And I'll wake us up in a few. Return to the smallest movements. The breath expands as your movement expands. Stretching. Climb up for a seat. Say hi in the comments. See you soon.